from my heart, I appreciate Dennis McKinney and what he's done for this community. After the tornado, Dennis, of course, served tirelessly for us. He went to Topeka. He got a business recovery bill passed for Greensburg and for the disaster areas of Kansas. So I think we need to recognize Dennis McKinney. If you would, give him a round of applause.
Thank you for being here tonight. You know, I figured, well, how can we get to do things like this in Greensburg? So we got to start off here. And before I start, of course, Mike recognized Gene and Lindy, and my parents, Harold and Alice McKinney, are sitting back there towards the back. So if they're wanting to introduce them. Also have a young man here who takes a lot of pressure off me and keeps farm running while I go. And he never gets to come to things like this because he's always doing the work. That's TJ Hardy back there in the very back rows. Thanks. Thank you. You can tell it's a community event just by all the help we had putting the sign up. But I appreciate the mayor and Steve Hewitt and the city staff, Christy, everybody, for letting us use the city hall tonight, this new LEED Platinum building. We appreciate you letting us use the facilities here. We're very proud of it, and it's part of what makes us proud of what's going on in Greensburg. As we face challenging times in the nation and the state, I keep telling people we shouldn't be discouraged. Local leaders here in Kiowa County have really, in my view, have shown what it means to work through our differences and keep focused on common goals and work on solving problems. They've helped us remind us what it means to work through adversity and grow wiser and stronger while doing that. Your work, the people of all of you in Greensburg and Kiowa County, your work inspires me to continue my leadership for the state of Kansas. Upon becoming state treasurer, one of the first things I quickly realized was that the women and men who work in the state treasurer's office are among the best in public service. They share my passion to deliver high quality and effective public service with courtesy and respect for those people that we serve. And in the treasurer's office, our cash management and our bond services divisions have continued to deliver more with less resources. We have adopted new technologies to increase our efficiency. Our commitment comes from knowing that we enable cities and counties and schools to do their tasks to provide safe streets and better health and a well-educated workforce. We help all the governments across Kansas to do what they need to do to provide healthy communities in which businesses can prosper and create jobs and commerce. Over the past year, we have increased the attention that we've given to our unclaimed property program. We've done this for two reasons. Number one, we know there's a lot of families out there in the down economy that need to get their money back. I listened very carefully to a woman who came in just last week to help get her son's money back, and she told me this is very important, my son, because he's just now losing his job. We're also doing it for a second reason. We know that in a down economy, that money should not be sitting in our accounts idle. We should be having it out in circulation in the Kansas economy, creating commerce and jobs. And that's been our goal. And as a result, we have set a new goal. We've surpassed the goals we set last year. We have set new records. We've set new records in the number of claims that we've handled and in the dollars we've returned to Kansans across the state, returning over $14 million to people across the state of Kansas through the Unclaimed Property Program, setting new records. Over the past year, we have given a lot of attention to this, and that is why. But we've also worked diligently with Kansas credit unions and banks and other organizations to increase financial literacy across Kansas for students of all ages and to give parents tools they need to increase financial literacy of their own children. And in our Learning Quest education savings program, we now have over 55,000 Kansans actively participating with over $581 million invested by Kansas families. We have aggressively supported this program because we believe that when we help families save for their children, we are creating opportunities for them to move their families ahead, to obtain better jobs, and to contribute more to our economy. We understand that we are creating investments in the future Kansas workforce, and we are elevating the jobs which may be obtained by our children. And while we kept our agricultural loan program utilized at near capacity, we noticed that our housing construction loan program was barely being used. And so we sat down and we solicited the help. We sat down with leaders from realtors, from home builders, and bankers. And we said, how do we fix this program? And with their help, With their ideas, we gather the best available ideas from them. And the help of a number of legislative leaders, we obtained the passage of several improvements to this program. And as a result, on July 1, this program will be much easier to use. And therefore, investors will be able to initiate more housing starts and create more jobs across the state of Kansas and help communities meet critical housing needs. And if you talk to Steve Hewitt, he will tell you that not just in Greensburg, but in many cities across the state of Kansas, they list their number one challenge to the future development of their community as being the availability of quality, affordable housing. It's a major need, and we have many communities where housing starts have dropped more than 90% in the last year and a half. So we're very proud of these accomplishments. But these changes to our housing construction program symbolize what I believe is my pragmatic approach to public policy leadership. Something that we take for granted here in Greensburg and Cowboy County. It's number one, analyze the problem in detail. Consult with leaders, especially business leaders, to gather the best possible ideas. And then three, work across party lines, ignore party lines, and work with everyone we need to work with in order to solve a problem. Cooperation and problem solving are expected. They're terribly important, and that's what is expected, in fact demanded of us by the people of Kansas. And my objective is to continue our record of public service in the Treasurer's Office by helping to build better communities and stronger families. I want to do my part to help families overcome the adversities that we are facing in today's economy and create jobs and opportunities for investors. In Greensburg, we hope we are setting an example of what it means to first rely on our faith in God in the face of adversity, to have a vision to see opportunities in the midst of a crisis, and the fortitude to build a better future, not just for our families, but for all of our neighbors across Kansas. And all of us in this community know that all of Kansas are our neighbors because we have received that much help. I hope to share with people of Kansas our firm belief in the Scripture that tells us that in these times, we may be hard-pressed, but we are not crushed. We may be perplexed, but we are not in despair. Therefore, I am today announcing that I am a candidate for the office of Kansas State Treasurer. I'm doing this, and while I'm doing this, I'm asking for your help and for your prayers. And I would remind you of the motto of the great state of Kansas, Ad Astra per Aspera. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here, and thank you for honoring me with your presence. Thank you. Jean told me not to speak too long because she has punch outside and she didn't want the ice cream in it to melt. Sure.